Rumors coming out of the Dallas Cowboys camp is that they're looking for another receiver and that they're looking at Pittsburgh Steelers Diontae Johnson. Today, I'm going to talk to you why the Pittsburgh Steelers won't be trading Diontae Johnson, although they probably will not be paying him either. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We do daily segments and have weekly lives. I do a Friday Q&A where I answer questions from you guys, the viewers and the subscribers. And we also have guest appearances. Recently, we've had Dave Schofield from Behind the Steel Curtain, and the boys from Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, Britsburg Owen, and Mark D, also of Steelers Nation Australia. I highly encourage you guys to go back and watch those. Those were great conversations, some great Steelers minds. This Monday, we'll be having Devin Angle from the Here We Go show. We're going to be going live probably about 8:30 p.m. Pittsburgh time. And so you don't want to miss that. So hit that like and subscribe button. You want to hit that notification button so you get notified of that. With that being said, guys, I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers, and welcome to the Huddle. So as you guys know, I'm coming from San Antonio, Texas. So there's a lot of Cowboy news that are out there, and I've been hearing some rumbling coming around that the Dallas Cowboys are looking to trade for another receiver, and they're looking to get a big name, and they're aiming for Diontae Johnson. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a team that have Diontae Johnson on one more year on their rookie deal and are highly unlikely to extend him this year or past this season. And so, he's destined to make, I think, somewhere around $3 million. The Steelers are unlikely to pay him somewhere upwards to $20 million. It don't look like that's going to be the case. I've said it before. Omar Kahn is a salary cap guru. He's a finance management type of guy. I don't think he's going to panic and make the wrong financial move by buying when the cost is high there. I think he's going to weight his hand on that situation. I think the talent coming out of the draft is really, really good, especially with who we got, and George Pickens and Calvin Austin. And so, but back to Diontae Johnson. I don't think that the Pittsburgh Steelers will be trading Diontae Johnson this season. The reason being is we don't have a receiver like Diontae Johnson on the team that will replace him. Maybe a Chase Claypool I could see getting traded. We have two receivers that are very similar as far as stature, size, and speed in the free agent Miles Boykin, and in the the waiver pickup Miles Boykin, and in the drafting of George Pickens. Those receivers are tall, big-bodied, fast, speedy receivers. The difference is that in my opinion, George Pickens is kind of like the ultimate receiver. He can run fast. He's tall. He's got hands, and he can catch away from his body and make those contested catches, and isn't afraid to block. Like, it doesn't seem like the diva, the kind that's going to get on the TikTok and be that certain type of receiver. So I'm super excited about that draft pick, and I'm looking forward to him progressing. I'm still kind of leery on that number 14, though. I was kind of hoping he'd get number 1. I'm guessing Pittsburgh Steelers weren't going to allow who was the last number 1? Gary Anderson. That was a long time ago, and he went other places, guys. I think it's about time. It's about time that maybe we should have let Chase. We should have let George have that number. Number 14. It's sad when people think of the number 14, they don't really remember Ray McLeod. That the first person that comes to mind is still Limas Swede. That's how much that number is disliked. There's been other players since Limas that have donned the 14, such as Sammy Coates, but even his performance wasn't very great. And so, well, it wasn't that bad until he had his fingers, mangled up. And then after that, it was a huge mess. So it was all done there. But I digress. I just wish he would have gotten number 1. That's just a personal thing. I would have already had his jersey, be 110% honest with you guys. Had he had number 1, I would have a George Pickens jersey already. Number 14, he's gonna have to play a little bit. I digress. So we don't have anybody behind Diontae Johnson that can play like Diontae Johnson. We don't have the route runner that's crisp, that's gonna get open no matter what. I know that Diontae Johnson has had, some hand issues, and he's had some, consistency dropping the ball and being consistent during third downs and or playoff games. I mean, it was just one playoff game, but during high pressure moments, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I know he's had some issues, but at the end of the day, he's a fine receiver. He could be a product of the quarterback that he had. The routes that were being ran, and well, you know what? We'll get back into that in the second segment. And so I don't think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be trading Diontae Johnson. If anything, I think they'll be trading Chase Claypool. He's, like I stated before, there's other receivers that can fill his positions. I don't think that if for whatever reason, if Chase Claypool was traded or whatnot, I don't think we miss a beat having George Pickens there. That's just my honest opinion. I think that if Calvin Austin III is going to get any playing time, it's going to be in the slot. He's not a outside receiver. He's a receiver that is extremely small. A lot of people try to point out like the Tyreek Hill comparisons. However, from my understanding, he's significantly smaller than Tyreek as well. And so I don't know. He's going to be a project he's a fourth rounder. He's a fourth rounder for a reason. I understand he's got some blazing speed, but this is the NFL. Everybody's going to be fast and everybody's going to be smart. And he's going to have to be durable at that size. So we'll see what happens. Maybe Chase moves into the inside and he's our new slot receiver. Big body, can take the hits over the middle. He's just going to have to maintain his feet. And one thing that I've mentioned a lot before is that last year Chase just seemed to be playing for the pass interference, and that hurt, because there were times where he didn't get the call, and it was a throwaway play, and or had he not try to throw himself back into the cornerback and just continue to run and try to catch the ball, he would have had more of an opportunity to come down with it, and actually make a play versus trying to play for the pass interference. That's one thing I did not like about him, along with his attitude and whatnot. But, I digress when it comes to Chase. So with that being said, I really don't think that Diontae Johnson is going to get traded to the Cowboys. We'll see. I mean, the only way I can see it happening is if Diontae Johnson starts asking for a trade. If Diontae Johnson goes in and states, "I don't want to be here," Mike Tomlin is famous for saying he doesn't want hostages. He wants volunteers. At that point, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers would then try to make a move. Given the recent draft capital that's been given up for wide receivers, it may not be a bad idea. But I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go out there and trade Diontae Johnson. I think they're going to allow him to play this year. I think they're going to franchise tag him next year if we don't get a receiver with a similar skill set in free agency next year or in the draft. And so that's my opinion on that situation. Sorry, Dallas, he's not going to be heading out that direction. That's all I got for you guys today. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget that we do these daily segments and we have weekly lives. Devin Angles from the Here We Go show will be here Monday. Looking forward to that conversation. With that being said, guys, I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers. Peace.